Excellent. Welcome back, everyone. Today, actually, I am in Los Angeles, and me and Johnny are in the same room together, and we're doing a Public Figures podcast live in LA episode. Aren't you happy to see me, John?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm just going to come over here, and I'm just going to maybe give your shoulders a little rub.
Here.
How does that feel?
This is the sound of me slapping your ass. So all the fans can hear it.
What the hell? What are you? Hey, I'm supposed to be massaging you.
Can you hear how juicy that ass is?
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just get these knots out. Let me just dig in there and get these knots out. How does that feel? Does that feel pretty good?
Feels great.
Excellent. Okay, I'll just keep doing this then. So today, what's the little theater of the mind for the viewers out there?
For the viewer.
For the viewer out
Victor
there.
Cairo.
Yeah, for Victor. Shout out to Victor Cairo. We're still waiting on that suggestion, on that recommendation, that movie recommendation that will impress both of us.
Yes.
Leave it in the comments.
Down below.
Oh Jesus, have you been working out? This knot here is really giving me trouble. Hold on, let me just really try to get that.
So cool you noticed.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Not a knot.
How does
That's my dick.
Oh, sorry about that. That would make sense.
I tied my dick in a knot.
Let me smell my hand. Oh my goodness, that smells amazing. So, what are we talking about? Which movie are we talking about today? That's the question, because we didn't actually discuss this clearly.
Well, Big River Man is
right.
Probably the one I thought was going to be discussed.
Right.
But what else is there?
Well, I mean, we sort of touched on. I actually don't really have a lot to say about the Hot Rock, mainly because I just didn't really get a whole lot out of it. There's like a couple just sort of scenes, like literally 40-second moments that I thought were cool, but I don't know, man. I think I'm too much of a zoomer. I'm too much like Gen Z. Just can't get into these old Robert Redford movies the way that you can.
Shame. But
yeah, Big River Man will probably be the one. Also, let me tell the viewers out there that I went and I saw Ice Cream Man, the Eli Roth film. Okay. Famed.
Was it great?
Bear
or
Jew
awesome?
and outspoken Zionist Eli Roth. He made a film called Ice Cream Man. Let's talk a little bit about Eli Roth for a moment. You said before that you like the Hostel films. You think they're great?
I think that he's fairly reliable. I mean, I like the Hostel films. There's only two, right?
I don't know. I think that there might be two or three.
I like the
three.
two. I don't know if there's three, but the two, 1 and 2, I like. Cabin Fever is fine for like.
And
what's that?
Sorry, I'm some guy just said
Iron Butterfly. It's a great tune.
No, I'm looking to see if there's a Hostel Part 3.
Oh,
so that's. But I was listening to something about the Iran
War.
War.
For like a first film. I think it's better than a lot of people's first films.
Not mine.
Well, that's true. But it's decent. There's something there. You can tell like there's something there. And there was something there because he followed up with 2 movies that I think are decent. And
Hostel and Hostel Part 2. There is no Hostel Part 3. You're right. I was thinking of like Hatchet.
And then his Jungle movie, which I thought was going to be a big hunk of shit, was actually very good. I didn't see his
The Green Inferno.
Green Inferno is good.
Yep.
I didn't see his Thanksgiving movie, so I can't comment on that. I didn't see his children's movie, so I don't know about that.
What about his Death Wish remake with Bruce Willis?
Jody? Oh, Bruce Willis. I did not see that.
No,
either.
the Jodie Foster one is called The Brave One.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see either of those. They looked dumb.
Yeah, well, take a look at Death Wish is like where Eli Roth tries to be a serious filmmaker. There's not that. That's the thing about Eli Roth that I think turns a lot of people off, even though they may not say it. But he has like it's actually quite a lot like, hear me out. It's a lot like James Gunn. Like James Gunn has like sort of a particular sense of humor that is persistent through his films.
Right.
He has like just a certain kind of like, you know, oh my God, so random, like kind of way of joking. And it's like, with a little sprinkle of that is good. He actually does that in like Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Oh.
No, Romeo and Juliet is like, that's actually a kind of a good movie. With real jokes, because I think it was before he kind of got into like, you know, oh, I'm so random, you know.
Right.
before that was actually something that was present in the American zeitgeist of like just that kind of comedy where you can just be like, Super Mario, like, you know, random. That's James Gunn. But Romeo and Juliet actually has like jokes, and if there's not actually a joke, then it's just gross. He's just going to be gross.
Right.
And I think that's perfectly acceptable. But then he starts to, you know, well, I mean, he's got his horror films, and still he's not doing his random stuff. But then we get into Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and then you have him working with Chris Pratt, who was on that television show with that guy with the mustache and that what's her name, Aubrey Plaza or whatever.
Okay.
That girl, she's like pretty, but she's got really small tits, and she's like she was in the Child's Play remake where Chucky's like an android.
Okay.
Did you ever see that?
I don't remember seeing Child's Play with Audrey Plaza.
Is it Audrey or Aubrey?
I don't know.
Aubrey, like Drake's real name.
Drake Aubrey.
Let me take
Aubrey. Right.
Aubrey Graham. So like, I think that working with Chris Pratt, he saw sort of like a vehicle by which to sort of get some of this humor working.
Right.
And I think actually it works in that movie. I actually still like Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Garbagians
like
of the Galaxy.
Garbage. I don't like
Garbagians. I
actually tried watching.
I hate that fucking shit.
I tried watching the Spider-Man movie.
The new one.
I couldn't get through it. It's just it like, honestly, like I think that there was a time and place for that shit. I think that prior to COVID, it sort of was, it made sense. Like there was sort of like a pre 9/11. Well, I mean, America and the world was still pretty drab and dismal, but after COVID, it just, you know, we're living in hell basically in terms of like what an actual day-to-day reality is. But prior to COVID, there was sort of like, Marvel comes along and it sort of presents this sort of like near future that's sort of optimistic. Like it's this near future where like, oh, you know, humans have a really good relationship with technology, and like technology seems to be like solving a lot of our problems. That's what Marvel shows us. It's like, you know, maybe we could be like this 10 years in the future, 5 or 10 years in the future.
Right.
But then,
well, I mean, we're talking about a medium that is primarily for older children and teens. So you're not going to get a serious, like, it's got to be positive. Like you can't, like, in the same way that like you're watching a Disney movie or a Pixar movie, it's going to be upbeat, it's going to be fun, it's going to be inspiring, it's going to be feel good. That's what Marvel is, but it's for like, you know, when kids age out of, Finding Nemo, then they enter the world of Spider-Man and
No,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't agree that positivity is intrinsically regressive or juvenile. I think that
I
things
think
can
it's
be
regressive
positive.
and juvenile. I mean, I'm just saying it's part of that world. You're not going to have Marvel superhero stories where it's going to be, negativity and critical examinations of society's ills.
I mean, okay, first of all,
I'm saying these aren't real films.
I have two things to say. First thing is, yeah, you're right. They're not real films, but they're something,
Sure,
and
they're not
and
nothing.
they're definitely not nothing. I've
I
always
agree with that.
I've always compared Marvel pre 9/11 pre COVID to
COVID-11.
COVID-11. I've always compared them to Star Trek: The Next Generation, like because it's this vision of the future where it's like, well, you know what, everything sucks now, but like maybe in 300 years, we'll have figured everything out, and we'll have this sort of utopia planet, and there's no more money, and everyone is just able to sort of like play jazz, like learn how to play the saxophone, and just kind of pursue their interests, and
Right.
everyone's kind of cool and happy and generally content, and the only problems that we have are outside of Earth, and we go out and we explore the universe, and then we kind of in with hand extended and olive branch firmly in place of hand, and we try to make relationships in the galaxy, and anyways, the point is that it's sort of just this positive look at the future,
Sure.
where humans have made it. Well, we got there. We finally got there, But
Right.
guess what? There's more challenges outside.
More future, more problems, as
That's right.
as the
And,
rappers say.
and I was trying to, because I did like Marvel films, like probably from like 2010 till I don't know, I guess around like 2018 or so. Like I was like, these aren't bad. These are like, I think, and to tackle, or rather to resist against your point, I do think that there were actually occasionally topics being like, like difficult topics being discussed. For example, one of the guys is like, oh, okay, we need to start like a superhero group to battle, large scale threats. But we shouldn't be under the umbrella of the government, because the government is corrupt, and we need to sort of stand alone and be able to make our own decisions. The other guy's like, no, we can't do that, because there needs to be checks and balances, and people should be able to like vote us out if we do something that's not cool. So, and it's like, those are both pretty good points, and that's like the Civil War. Was it Captain America: Civil War? Like I thought that was actually well written and like an interesting idea. Like, okay, so what are the actual real world implications? Like what are the problems that would arise if these kinds of people existed in the world?
That to me is it's like, what if the government tried to make Porky Pig wear his pants and he doesn't want to wear his pants? Like, what are we going to do? Like that's what I hear when I hear these stories.
Well, I mean,
Like,
okay,
it just seems silly.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're not even gonna like make a inkling of an effort to even engage with it, then it's like, of course.
Yeah,
then what am I gonna say?
I can't.
Okay,
Like, I mean, that's the problem I have. I mean, I grew up reading these books, voraciously. I was a huge Marvel fan, and I also was a fan of the first Star Wars films when they came out. I loved it all, and I read it all, and now I want it all to go away. I hate it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Like,
I don't find those, like, even parodies of those stories I don't find interesting. I don't find, like, oh, let's elevate it to a more a more adult story. I don't find it interesting. Just anything superhero is for the most part, I find it
gay.
repellent.
Um, Fair
And I
enough.
have
I
no
guess.
interest in
Okay.
it.
Well, I'll leave it at this. I think that at its best, at its highest point, I think that uh, Marvel was about as good as Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I mean that you're right, but the other thing, the other thing about that I feel like uh, sort of it, it's an aspect of the subject that makes it uncinematic for me, is that, like, you watch the Hulk movie, you watch an Avengers movie, you watch a Star Trek movie, and the Hulk can get blowed up, Thor can get killed, Jean-Luc Picard can be impaled and split into 100 pieces and sent up his body parts.
I like that episode where he gets impaled.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He actually does get impaled. By an Ossigan. Go ahead.
By his boyfriend.
By his boyfriend. It's hot. How are you enjoying the massage, by the way?
Good. It doesn't matter, because even if they die, they're coming back. There's no end to it. And
Yeah.
so, like, even if you're watching, like, this big dramatic ending, are they going to save the earth? Are they going to live? Are they going to die? Of course they're going to live. Of course everything's going to be great. Of course everything's going to work out. Of course the future's going to be positive. It's a superhero movie. You're not watching a real movie.
Yeah. Fair enough. I take them, like I said before, I take the best of Marvel to be as good as, like, Star Trek: The Next Generation, which I'm a big fan of. But then also, I don't really take them when I'm enjoying them at this level. I don't take them as superhero movies. I just take them as, like, science fiction movies, because that's essentially what all this stuff is. It's all just like, this guy's a fucking alien. This guy is this way because of some sort of accident of science. This guy's this way because of technology. It's just science fiction. So I just take them as just, like, science fiction movies. But let me get back to just James Gunn and his quirky sense of humor. It starts to turn into just, like, I feel like he was just surrounded by a bunch of people who would just tell him he was funny all the time. And then he was just like, you know what? Maybe I am kind of like Elon Musk. Like, oh, you know what? I am funny. You know what I should do? I should do more of my crazy
make child rape jokes on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then be banned from the kicked off of my own movies.
Well, like, no, see, you know what? That's he should be fucking, like, just worshiping at the feet of Jesus for being able to crawl his way back from that one, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard stories. I mean, even Roseanne lost her show because of something that she tweeted.
Yeah. But she tweeted about, like, some black woman looking like an ape or something, and then but James Gunn was just talking. But
James Gunn was like, "Oh, I can't wait to rape." Like, it was clearly a joke.
I know.
I'm not an idiot, but just
I'm being ironic. I'm ironically saying, yeah, she made fun of a black woman looking like an ape, but he was, so she gets banned or canceled. But James Gunn's talking about, like, throat fucking children,
right?
And he gets off. He's the powers that be are just kind of like, oh well,
Well,
that's
I do that anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing that right now. But
we do that, so we can't criticize them, really.
I don't.
They have pictures of us at Smoky Grove or whatever the fuck that is.
Bohemian Grove, Smoky Grove. The truth is that I think that era of humor. I mean, I'd be lying if I never made, like, a joke in the. I mean, fuck, we've made jokes like that probably this week about, like, some kid getting raped or whatever. No,
I mean, I don't have a problem with jokes at all.
But
I'm just saying that.
I know. I understand that. I know that you're not that kind of person. But what I'm saying is that I think that kind of comedy or that kind of joking around is more of like is sort of more where he was, in the Tromeo and Juliet, uh, like super the writer of Dawn of the Dead remake. Like I think that's kind of in that time. Like I think that's when those tweets were coming out. It doesn't relate to his sort of his new what's it called, Peacemaker kind of rando comedy. I'm talking way too much about James Gunn right now. But the point I'm trying to make is just that, like, all I had to say right now is that if you like that kind of comedy, if you like Peacemaker, if you think it's funny, then you'll like all his other bullshit.
It took me a second to register. I'm like, what the fuck is Peacemaker? And
it's that television show.
It's like the John Cena show, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely insufferable just because of all the comedy in it. Because it's just a platform for James Gunn just to show everybody how funny he is, to show everybody his sense of humor. Yeah. But it's the same. Okay, so back to the original topic. Same thing with Eli Roth. If you like his sense, if that sense of humor, like if you think it's funny, if that connects with you, you're gonna like his films. If you think it's just kind of like lame and stupid, you're not gonna like his films. I think it's kind of lame and stupid. I don't like his sense of humor, so that's probably the reason.
I don't remember, because Cabin Fever I think probably has a great deal of humor in it.
Yeah.
But I didn't find it off-putting. And then Hostel and Hostel 2, I don't remember a lot of humor in either of those.
There is. I'm
sure there is, but I didn't find it like insufferable in the same way that the James Gunn humor in Guardians of the Galaxy is.
Well, hold on. Let me pat you on the back.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
This massage is giving me acid reflux.
Sorry about that.
And then what's the other jungle one? Green Inferno. Again, the humor wasn't I'm sure it's there. It didn't. It didn't bother me. But yeah, I didn't see his. I don't know, because I think also because he was sort of taken under Tarantino's wing very early on. Yeah. I think there was probably a big influence where Tarantino is funnier than Eli Roth, but I feel like Eli Roth kind of is trying to channel that into his own work.
Maybe. So yeah, it's funny. The Green Inferno does have a lot of the humor manifests itself as more as just irony, dark, a very dark sort of cynical irony. Look at these well-meaning kids going into the well-meaning liberal bleeding heart fucking cucks going into the jungle thinking that they're gonna help out these poor people, and then they end up getting literally eaten by them,
right?
It's sort of just this ironic kind of reactionary ironic perspective, but I like it. I think it's very on its own terms. It actually is funny.
It still felt
enjoyable.
It still felt legit. It didn't feel oh, let's do this comedy where we take a bunch of libtard girls and throw them in the middle of reality, give them a reality check.
Yeah. 2B20.
Well, that doesn't come off as a comedy either.
Yeah, that's true.
In any way. A fish out of water type thing. Oh, these girls, they don't even know what to do when they're in the out of doors.
like the real, what's it called, the Simple Life with
Right.
Paris Hilton and
Yeah, like it's not played for laughs. He's playing it pretty seriously, and I feel like he kind of does that with the Hostel movies too. Like they're still played fairly straight with like maybe a couple of humorous moments, but I didn't find it overbearing. I mean, if it comes out, I mean, I think he can be overbearing as a person. He sat behind me in a movie theater once. Man, he was annoying.
what do you do? What do you do?
Well, we were at the New Beverly Cinema where we saw the Liberty Valance movie. And
You and Eli Roth?
well, no, I was there. We were watching, I think.
Oh, you mean where me and you went to go see it?
Yeah, we went to go see that movie. So I was at the New Beverly Cinema, and I was there with a buddy, and we were watching The Girl from Starship Venus. And there were a couple people behind us, and they were just like would not shut the fuck up to the whole movie. They had like jokes and things that they were saying, and talking to the whole thing. And I was really tempted to turn around and say, "Would you just shut the fuck up?" Because they weren't funny. And then the lights came up, and I turned around, like I kind of looked behind me, and it was Quentin Tarantino, Eli Roth, and Rosario Dawson. I think like this was like right when either they had finished that Grindhouse movie,
Right.
so it was around that period. But man, especially him. He was just fucking yapping through the whole thing.
Yeah, trying to fucking impress fucking
Yeah. Oh, that
Quentin
was
Tarantino.
Absolutely, it's disgusting.
Trying to
So I mean, he is. I mean, maybe that was 20 years ago. So he's probably all grown up now and he's a lot more mature. But back then,
doubtful.
But back
I mean,
then,
have you changed that much in that time?
oh yeah,
Really?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know, I just find that like people don't change that much. But go on.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you have, if you confront serious issues and you're placed in difficult situations, it can alter.
Okay. Well,
It can alter
that's not
your thinking and your behavior.
all right. Hold on. Let me just get your lower back here. Okay, there we go. Okay, continue. Go ahead. Keep going.
That tickles.
Thank you.
So yeah, he definitely, his personality is grating. But every time I see his mood, because his personality is very grating. But so like when I like with Green Inferno, I was just like I didn't want to like it because he just is so annoying. And I think like he had made that like I'm going to do a whole documentary about the history of horror. Even that was annoying.
Yeah, that was
like
annoying.
that was like really pissing me off.
Who the fuck are you?
Exactly. Like, why do you get to do this? Like, why are you the voice of horror? But also just like this idea that like this
Quentin
is
Tarantino was getting from him.
I don't know.
Maybe he hooked him up with some fucking little boys or something, or some like actually, Quentin Tarantino's more of like a Roman Polanski type. I think he would have been down with like younger girls, like 13-year-old girls or something. Eli Roth hooked it up. You heard it here first, folks.
Exactly. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So his personality is grating. So I don't want to like his films. And so like, when I was very resistant to seeing Green Inferno, and I went in, and when I finally went in to see it, I had all these preconceived thoughts. I didn't want to like it at all. I was like hate watching it, and it won me over.
That's a good feeling, though. That's a really good feeling when you kind of get won over like that.
Well, like when I watched Positions, I was totally, expecting another like
the kind of crap that Vinegar Syndrome usually sends you, like just like
the
Grinch movie,
kind of like like a Grinch movie, like something dumb, silly, something that I have to be like 13 years old and high if I'm going to like this movie. In fact, like I did some art for speaking of the Ice Cream Man, I did some art for the upcoming Ice Cream Man Blu-ray release, the original one.
Oh, the
And
one with Clint Howard.
yeah, and
Right.
yeah, that was that's a very like mediocre film.
It'd be funny if Clint Howard like got annoyed that he wasn't included, in the new Ice Cream Man.
Well, I just like for some random reason that on my Instagram, like a story popped up of Clint Howard, full like head of white hair and beard, like just long, crazy long white hair.
I think I saw it too.
Proclaiming like we're doing Ice Cream Man 2. PJ Souls
Right.
is in it.
Right.
And he name checked a couple other, actors that are 100 years old.
PJ Souls. Is that?
Well, PJ Souls. It was somebody else too.
Okay, that's funny.
And he's like, yeah, we're doing it. It's got some funny stuff. I can't wait to show it to you. So, and he never mentioned the Eli Roth one. He never said like, well, I know there's this other ice cream, but fuck that shit. Like we're doing, like there was no mention of it. And I don't even know if you saw the Eli Roth one. Was there any kind of nod to the Clint Howard one?
Absolutely not.
That's
Nowhere.
Weird.
Not even a bit.
That just seems kind of weird.
Well, I guess that's so funny. Like everyone, we got PJ Souls. She's 78 years old. Like
she was sitting right there, and they were in like an auditorium with like 20 people in it, and PJ Souls is sitting there with her pocketbook.
Maybe she paid for the whole thing with her residuals. Let me tell you a little bit about the new Ice Cream Man.
Okay, I'm ready.
So it starts out, and it's like it gets set up with idyllic suburbia, baseball game. Kids are all running around. Nice summer day. It's the color grade is very like super saturated, and like I like the way the movie looks, to be honest. Like it's very, very bright and colorful, and like what's it comparable to?
Willy Wonka.
No, maybe it even looks like Happiness, like the part where the kid is like how Happiness is sort of like this ironic, like the sort of the irony of the suburban American dream, and then it gets like subverted with like whatever. Like it sort of kind of does, I guess, the same thing where it's just very, very bright and sunny and saturated and stuff. Right. And it maintains that pretty much the whole way through. But then and then they set up our characters, and like there's this one kid who's a bully, and there's another kid who's not a bully, and there's a girl, and the kid likes that girl, and this and that and the other thing, and they just kind of set up all the fucking little beginnings of the threads that are going to take us through. Okay. And then Ice Cream Man shows up and starts, giving the kids ice cream, and then you go home and you meet, and Eli Roth is actually in the movie. He plays like the dad of the kid and everything else. And then later on, this like the first moment of violence in the movie happen. The first moment of violence happens in the movie where a mom and dad, not Eli Roth, but like a different mom and dad are laying in bed, and then like the dad kind of like wakes up and he looks over and he sees that his daughter is sawing off the head of the mother with like a bow saw, like some kind of long, like a gardening saw, like a bow saw.
Right.
And he's like, oh my God.
It's like Rob Reiner in this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. It was a homage to Rob Reiner, to the Reiner legacy. And then the son, like the sort of the middle, preteen son, shows up and then starts bashing the father's head in and like hitting him in the face, and he's caving in his face, right? Sure. Like, and it's quite nasty, quite mean. And I was like, huh. Am I being won over right now? Because like, you go into the movie and you're like, the internet is trying to tell you that this sucks. The internet wants you to hate this movie, you know? And I'm just kind of like, okay, like that's probably for good reason. It's very rarely that everyone hates a movie and then I'm going to go in and be like, oh, it's actually pretty good. Like
Right.
that's rare. It's very often that everyone loves a movie and I hate it, but the other way around is rare. So then at that point, and then what happens is like they show just other moments of violence happening around the neighborhood, just sort of in the nighttime, the children wake up and they're killing their parents, and there's a couple, like interesting little vignettes of violence, but nothing quite as good as the as that, like just sort of the horror of like waking up and looking over and then seeing like the head just come off and then getting bashed in the face. And then what happens is they do this thing where the kids are like playing with like the body parts of their parents, and then a thought bubble appears, and in the thought bubble is sort of like old like rubber hose animation, black and white cartoon.
What is this,
style.
Blind Date?
Say what?
It's like that show Blind Date. Remember that show?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Where they would have like little thought balloons behind the people while they were on the date.
Yeah, no. The thought balloon comes, and then they have words in Blind Date, right? Like, oh
no,
my God.
they would have like pictures too.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, like it's
Little cartoons.
Thought bubble comes out and it's a cartoon, and it's like, so for example, like they've cut off, let's say that their mother's head, and they're kicking it back and forth in the living room, and then in the cartoon bubble, it's like two little ice cream cone characters, very cute, kicking like the head of like a bear, like a mama bear with X's on its eyes, and it's mirror. The idea is like, oh, this is how they see everything. They just see everything in this sort of, creepy sort of black and white cartoon way or something. Like that's the implication. And I thought that was actually kind of cool too, because they do it for every single one, and and it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I mean, and these are the fucking AI things, the AI cartoons that everyone's up in arms about, like, oh, damn, they used fucking AI in this movie, so it sucks. And like, it does suck. Like it probably would have been a lot better if they had actually gotten someone to animate it, because then it wouldn't look as as
Like
cheap
AI.
and like cheap in AI, like it would have been better. But then I started thinking too, but maybe sort of the AI sort of soulless lameness of it, does it work in favor of the movie? Maybe an argument could be made, but I still think it probably would have been better if it was like drawn in a traditional way. I don't know. I just thought maybe like, is there a way to sort of use AI as AI and take advantage of all the baggage that is attached to it?
Well, I think that's still yet to be determined, really.
Right. Anyways, so the ultimate answer to that is no. Like, yeah, the AI sucks and it's lame, whatever. Then the movie stops trying.
I think we're all waiting for because I mean AI is coming, and I think we're all just like waiting for like, okay, when is it going to make something that everybody is just kind of like, what? I don't like it, but I got to admit, this is good.
Well, no, I mean AI is here. Like it's
here, but everybody hates it. So it's sort of
Yeah.
like now it has to win people over.
No.
And so I'm like waiting, like when is that going to happen?
We've talked about this before. It's not winning people over. It's a gradual lowering of everyone's expectation.
That too.
When everything
winning over people with low expectations.
when everything becomes AI, when it's just all AI, and we don't have, because you've noticed, like, I mean, right now I'm looking at this at my browser window. It says "Ask Gemini" up at the top in my fucking Google Chrome window, and it's like I didn't fucking ask for that. On my fucking on my phone, on my update, it's like, oh, we have an AI assistant now. It's like I didn't fucking ask for that. Like they're put, you know how this works, right? Like there's so much, like basically the entire American economy is all propped up on these fucking all this speculative AI fucking pipe dream, Mm-hmm. So like they need everyone to kind of buy into it. So everything's getting pushed. It's being pushed on everyone. Like,
right.
and
that
it's
we can agree on.
right. And and we're all supposed to just accept it, because if we don't accept it, then then everything falls apart, you know. But in any case, the movie at this point completely stops trying and it stops being interesting. I was the next day at school. They go to the kids who have just killed their parents go to class, and then they kill their teachers, etc.
Okay.
And I was thinking about Bloody Birthday,
Right.
and I was just thinking about like how cool Bloody Birthday was for having a kid stalk his teacher around the school with a pistol, with a gun, and shoot his teacher dead. I was like, man, that was so cool. A little bit naive, because they didn't even consider the possibility that would be like an everyday, I guess like an every week reality in America, of just like kids taking guns to schools and killing their teacher, killing each other, killing students and killing teachers and whatever. But I would have really loved to see. Would have really loved to see a kid bring a gun to school. If a kid had brought a gun to school,
you mean in the Ice Cream Man?
In the Ice Cream Man, I think I would have. My patience for the movie would have been extended a little more, because I would have been like, well, that's fucking just in the worst taste possible. Kudos, to Eli Roth. And then, yeah, but the movie stops trying, and there is one moment where they cut off the top of a guy's head, remove the top of his skull, and then use an ice cream scoop to scoop out a bunch of his brain, and then put it into an ice cream cone and then feed it to him. And I was like, that's pretty good. Like it's pretty well executed.
I feel like that's in the trailer.
Yeah.
So shot their load in the trailer.
That's probably the best. That's probably the best one. That's probably the best sort of like effects gag. Then we find out like
that's probably the equivalent of the David Naughton head in the ice cream cone in the first one.
Right.
That's like
right.
That's like the big money shot in the first.
Yeah. So then whatever, all this, then there's just a lot of like sort of like less impressive gore stuff. And you're just kind of like, okay. And then
who do they get to play the Ice Cream Man?
Say again?
Who plays the Ice Cream Man?
Some fucking guy, just some guy that doesn't ever say a line or do anything. He's just sort of I mean, like I was actually
disappointing.
I was talking with Meat Canyon a little while ago, and he had seen it. He hated it. I think I hated it too, but I hated it a lot less than him, because I was like, well, but I thought the beginning surprised me, and if something can surprise me, like then I'll give it the benefit. And also anything that makes an actual concerted effort to be revolting, I have to give the benefit of the doubt to, because It's like, how many people are out there actually really trying to revolt an audience?
That's what I liked about the Terrifier movies. Like I liked, like that was what was so interesting about them. I mean, it wasn't the story or the characters. It was like, okay, what is this guy going to do next to be absolutely disgusting?
Right. But fuck, he made a point. I forget what it was. It was like I mean the AI stuff sucks and all that kind of thing, but he actually also thinks that like the script itself was pretty much written by AI. Just because what I'm about to sorry, that's the point. The point is, like, he said, hey ChatGPT, hey Claude, write a script for a terrifying horror movie that's like a reinvigoration of The Stuff, of the Larry Cohen film The Stuff.
Right.
And I was like, well, that's actually the move. Like, the move is, because here's the thing is, I don't agree with that. I think probably the script was written by AI, but I don't think they referenced like The Stuff, because The Stuff, the discussion surrounding The Stuff is sort of like this consumerism critique, like this sort of
right.
talking about like processed foods and consumerism and blah 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 whatever. And if they had written it, if they had prompted off The Stuff, there would be more of that in the script, because that's
so. Meat Canyon was saying that this Ice Cream Man movie was sort of a riff on The Stuff.
like specifically, he said it was a riff on the stuff, but like that was the prompt for the AI that wrote the script. Like the main point was that it was AI, and I do agree, especially when we get to the resolution of why the Ice Cream Man is the Ice Cream Man and everything. But I was saying
corporate greed.
The corporate greed aspect of the stuff, the corporate greed aspect of the stuff doesn't belong in this movie. But just the actual idea of the stuff itself being the villain, and the Ice Cream Man is just a pawn, like is just a vessel.
Oh, yeah.
He's just full, and then at the end of it, he explodes, and all this, and this ice creamy fucking blob is the ultimate enemy. I think that's the move.
Big boss.
Right. But it turns out that the Ice Cream Man is actually it's so fucking ponderous and stupid and a waste of my fucking time. It's like the Ice Cream Man is like a kindly ice cream man who gets blamed for molesting a bunch of children by a bunch of priests who actually did molest the children. So then he makes a deal with a necromancer. He just finds a necromancer, and then he is, sells his soul and is imbued with the abilities to control children through ice cream. And then he comes back to the town, a sins of the fathers kind of.
Right. Yeah. So it's just Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right. Exactly. It's Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's like, he finds a necromancer, and then, okay, sure. I wish I had access to my neighborhood necromancer. And then also too, like just sort of the inclusion of like, oh, by the way, Catholic priests molest children. It's like, I mean,
right. That's become fairly cliche.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Eli Roth, with your
now,
anti-Gentile.
What's this? What the fucking Jewish guy calling out us Christians?
Yeah, what the hell is this? I mean, we've all seen those videos of fucking rabbis sucking on the recently circumcised penises of infants,
running down into the sewers of New York City to suck off the.
They can't even wait. They got to fucking dive into a fucking hole and fucking suck off some fucking 6-year-old. They're that fucking big ass beard,
bite off his foreskin.
That big ass beard with all that fucking lice crawling in it,
like gum.
Yeah.
So that's like if I or we, if you or me, if we made a movie that was like about rabbis molesting children, people would be fucking furious. Yeah. But because it's just considered acceptable, like, oh, that's what priests do, and it's just like it's been such a cliche for 30 years now that it's acceptable. Like we can make fun of priests because that's just what they do. But,
I mean,
but if we did like, oh, the mullah at the mosque, was raping some little girls. Oh, what? No, you can't do that. Yeah.
Well, that would be a little bit more. That would be more acceptable, I think. People we have that new Jonathan Majors movie coming out where it's like Israel and America have gotten away with too much for too long, and it's all just like,
is that the like Red Dawn with the Islamic?
Yeah, and it's like just like straight up, brown dudes wearing fucking.
But these things, like in Citizen Vigilante, these things are anomalies. They're not things that are coming out of Hollywood.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. These are
the human centipedes of.
Yeah, that's
cinema.
True. Like the Catholic Church is the sights are set. It's directly in the crosshairs of Hollywood, the Catholic Church.
But it's the same thing of like making fun of hillbillies, trailer trash. Like these things are acceptable targets that we can all, but you make fun of a black person or rabbi or some minority, like the donger from 16 Candles. People are like, oh no, you can't do that. That's horrible.
Long Dong Duck or whatever.
Long Duck Dong.
Long Dong Dong. Yeah, no, it's like, I mean, it's
Donger
let's
needs
not
food.
the donger. Let's not dwell on this for too long. I mean, I think we've said enough regarding this, but and I mean, you know, like, I mean, there's definitely precedent enough to point a finger at the Catholic Church. You know, it's not like they're squeaky clean by any means.
No, I mean, I even like, you know, going back to, you know, I was actually going to bring it up when we were talking about the both the Insider and the fuck is the name of the security guard movie? Richard Jewell. That movie about the Catholic Church conspiracy with Michael Keaton, where he's like
Spotlight.
Yeah, that's actually another good sort of like uncovering a conspiracy film.
Right. Right.
And it deals with that issue, and it's well done. Like it's kind of like a bit of a thriller, a mystery, and it does it pretty well. But I mean, like in that case, it's taking it fairly straight up serious.
Yeah.
It's when it sort of like becomes like you see it in sort of like a Stephen King movie where it's just sort of like, oh, look out for the priest, or
yeah, no, because it's like because then it becomes a cliche. It's
right.
It's like saying it's like you know it's as egregious as like in a line of a movie, like someone being like, you know, is that your final answer? Like making a reference to like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And
right, yeah. Are you? Hey, I'm walking here. You know, it's like it's all of those things.
It's lazy, is what it is.
It's very lazy,
right? So, you know, Johnny Ryan and Rob Jabaz do not support the molestation of children by the Catholic Church. Just so that everyone knows, we just don't support laziness.
So if you're writing a fictional story and there's a priest that rapes kids in it, try something else. Because
but like
we heard that story before. Unless you're writing a real story about, like, if this is a real account of your experience of getting raped by a priest, go for it. But if it's like you're just like writing a horror story and there's a priest that rapes kids, fucking try again.
I have a joke. You want to hear a joke?
I would love to.
Okay. So this guy goes into a bar and he sees the bartender behind the bar has a monkey in a cage with a tire iron leaned up next to the cage. And the guy who's in the bar is like, what's that all about? And the bartender says, have a few drinks. I'll show you later. So he's like, all right. So the guy orders like a couple drinks, like 4 drinks later. He's like, hey, you going to show me what's up with that monkey yet? And he's like, hey, I have a couple more. So he has a couple more drinks. The guy's like, you know, fairly intoxicated at that point. And he's like, hey, what's going on with that monkey? Come on, show me what you do with that thing. And he's like, all right, I'll show you. So he opens up the cage and the monkey kind of stumbles out and the bartender grabs the fucking tire iron and he hits the monkey over the head with it. He like smashes the monkey's head and the monkey's in a daze.
Oh, I thought that was the end of the joke.
Yeah, that's the end. He smashes the monkey's head. And then he grabs the dazed monkey by the ear and he pulls out his own penis and he uses the monkey to give him a blowjob. It's like he basically fucks the monkey's face until completion. Yeah. And then he sort of lets the monkey go. The monkey collapses back into the cage and he closes the door again. As he zips up his pants, he looks over at the guy and the guy is looking at him and he's just like, that's fucking crazy. And the bartender's like, I know, right? Do you want to try? And then the guy says, yeah, sure, but could you not hit me in the head with a tire iron so hard? That's
the classic misdirection.
That's right. You know who I heard that joke being told by fucking Super Dave. What's his name?
Super
fucking
Dave
Einstein.
Osborne.
Yeah. What's his real name?
Einstein, I think.
Bob Einstein. So anyways, yeah. So that's the fucking shit, should just this be the episode? Should we talk about Big River Man? Because we've already talked for like an
So
hour.
we're talking about fucking. I've never seen Ice Cream Man, so I don't know.
No, but we weren't even talking about Ice Cream Man. We were just talking about like just sort of randomly, just sort of things that we've seen. So, well, I'll tell you what. I haven't seen the old Ice Cream Man in a long time,
Okay.
and you haven't seen the new Ice Cream Man ever. So
No.
why don't we just? Well, what's your rating for the old Ice Cream Man from the '90s Ice Cream Man?
I'm gonna say like two.
Wow,
two
two?
eggplants, maybe.
Huh, not bad. I'm gonna give
It's kind of crazy too because the movie has like a real like all-star cast. It's got Clint Howard.
Yeah.
It's got Jan Michael Vincent like
What?
zombieing through the fucking movie as a cop.
Right.
Olivia Hussey.
What? Why she shouldn't be in that movie?
Plays his mother.
Oh, so it's sort of like an older Olivia Hussey.
Yeah, she was almost unrecognizable.
Mm.
David Naughton, of course, from
American Werewolf.
American Werewolf in London, and the David Warner from The Omen.
Yeah, and many other
and Time Bandits
and
Straw Dogs
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
I believe it.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's got like a real like serious cast. It's not like it's
heavy hitters.
But it's very PG-ish, and there's not a lot of. It's just very tepid.
What's the script like?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like he's kind of like it's sort of the same kind of similar in Silent Night, Deadly Night, where there's like some kind of trauma happens when he was a kid with an ice cream man.
Right.
And so that like infects him in some way, and so now he's just like driving around like serving ice cream that's covered in cockroaches and blood.
So he's just going and grossing out the kids to blow
And
their
there's like
minds.
the coolest thing is there's a kid who's supposed to be like this is the fat kid of the group of kids.
Yeah.
But he's not really fat. He's just wearing like a padded coat. But you can just tell that he's not like his.
Yeah. His face, the fatness does not extend to his neck and face.
Right. It's just like he's always wearing like a big fat coat with pillows under it.
Does he ever? Is the part of the joke like he gets thin later? Is that why they did, or is
it's just?
Oh, that's
just,
so funny.
Like this is just like he loves to eat. So
that's so funny. That's like
I'm sure the director's like, come on, get me a fat kid. There's just no fat kids. This is 1991. There's no fat kids out there.
No, it's just it was probably just they were like no one wants to watch a movie with a fat kid. We need to get like a nice looking attractive kid, you know.
But the character has to be fat. He's fat in the script. We'll just
Doesn't
put him
matter.
in a fat jacket.
Yeah, that's like the guy the people who I made the sadness for did this Taiwanese movie, and like part of like the story was that there was supposed to be like this bank robber that was a midget, and he would dress up like a child, and that's how he would rob banks.
Right.
But then the production decided that because the character has so many lines, they should get like a better actor, but the actor wasn't a midget.
Right.
So they just had a guy who was normal size, and they had to sort of like
Little Man with the Wayans brothers.
No,
project his face onto a baby.
No, they just had a regular guy, and they just shot the script, and it's like, why are you so short? And the guy's just like the same size as the other guy, like or whatever. And it's like they didn't care. It's like typical Taiwanese production where it's just kind of like, okay, well, this is like nobody calls out the elephant in the room. It's like, okay, the decision's made. I mean, how much am I getting paid for this? Okay, fine. So, like they just go through the motions of doing the entire movie, and then at the end they realize it's ridiculous and none of it makes sense, and they put it out.
Done Dwarf, put his knees in his shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Dwarf on golf.
He can do a little can dance, with his knees. I give the 2026 Ice Cream Man a 1.5. Nice. And I give it that because of, like I said, I thought that I was going to be proven wrong but then around 15 minutes in, I was like, oh no, I'm not. Well, I didn't even get to tell you the whole necromancer fucking explanation is given through exposition by like this priest that they run into, well, as he's giving the exposition, it's flashback. It's flashing back to sort of like all of this stuff, and this is where they start using a lot of generative AI, like not just this animation thing, but like and then the necromancer used his magic, and then it's like it shows like a scary Halloween tree, like with gnarled tree or leafless branches, and it's all covered in crows, and then it's like the necromancer like does his magic, and then all the crows like like all fly away, and it's like, well, that's AI, like that's just like some stock AI, like not stock, but that's just some
it's not bullshit. Even fresh AI. It's
yeah. AI. it just looks like just some really like low effort, like, okay, make a creepy tree, like a two sentence prompt, like just as lazy as you could possibly, like, you're going to use AI in the film, and and this is it. You're just going to have like these, like, you might as well just not use it. Just you could find stock video of that on fucking right. Getty Images. Like, you know what I mean? What the fuck are you doing? So you're what are you doing? You're saving like $500 for the license for some fucking Getty Images. Fucking like it's ridiculous. It's so stupid. It's just like, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna. It's just like, again, like lazy but also kind of baffling. I don't really take. I wouldn't really take like too many points off of the movie for stuff like that, because it's more just like it's more pathetic than anything else. But it's what really got me was just like the resolution and just sort of, oh, okay, so this is the explanation, like, for the Ice Cream Man. So it's basically just Freddy, but it's a little bit different, and also it doesn't make any sense, and also it's retarded and lazy, and then in the end, they trick the kid into cutting off the head of his own father, which is Eli Roth, and that's the ending. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Sorry about the spoiler, everyone, but you shouldn't go see this movie anyways. But the funny thing is that, like, I went on to Rotten Tomatoes to see what the audience was saying about the film, mm-hmm. and somebody wrote down, it was like 5 out of 5 stars, and it was like somebody wrote down, this is a great movie with lots of great scares and gore, but then at the end it actually has a really nice emotional sting, and it's like, that's what it was, is that he cuts off his own father's head, and it's like it's not good. You're retarded.
Why is that emotional stingier than the previous scene of the mom getting her head sawed off?
Exactly, because they put violin music to it, so that it's emotional.
Because it's the director's head.
Yeah, because it's
the most important head of all.
Right, pretty decent, fake Eli Roth head. But anyways, yeah. So Ice Cream Man, whatever the fuck it was, 1996, 1992. Do you remember?
I'm gonna say 1990.
Come on. 1995, actually.
If the Price is Right, I would win.
That's right. 1995, Ice Cream Man gets 2 out of 5 eggplants, and Ice Cream Man 2026, 1.5.
Because I feel like there's something there. Like, even when I watch the Ice Cream Man, like, there's something here. They're trying to do like a Pied Piper type thing.
Yeah, it's good. It's good when you kind of just like reference something that elemental, like a Pied Piper story. Like it's
Right.
almost like a Bible story or something.
But it's still not like it just it it just was very weak. It was a
Are you
weak
talking about
effort.
the? Are you talking about the 1995 one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Or
so he does um like entrance the kids in some way.
there's some kind of like because there's one kid who's like constantly walking around with the Pied Piper book with him, so they really kind of like hammer it home. Um,
Huh.
but
Maybe
there's
it is like maybe this one is a remake. This fucking this new one.
but there's no like he doesn't. Um, I barely even fucking remember, even though I like watched it like 2 weeks ago.
That's so funny.
Like there's kind of like all these like little set pieces. Like it's not like one. Like there's a kid missing, and then like he's horny for some blonde woman that's living in the neighborhood and who's having an affair with David Naughton, who's like the father of one of the kids. Uh, and then like the kid that he kidnaps actually starts helping him make the ice cream, but it's just like regular ice cream. It's not like supernatural ice cream made by a necromancer.
Yeah. They filmed this in Hamilton, Ontario. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia right now. And then they did the virtual production segments at Dark Slope Studios in Toronto. That sounds like a racist name to me. Maybe it's run by a bunch of Filipinos. Um, in August 2026, Roth confirmed that the film used generative AI in select scenes. The revelation came after Roth previously stated that several of the film's scenes were hand drawn. That's funny.
So, well, the
Like-
thing is like if you're going to use AI, you got to own it
Yeah,
because
you do.
you can't because you're going to look like a fucking asshead if you're like in this case you look stupid.
Well, you're gonna look like a fucking like you're embarrassed of it, and
Right.
then you're embarrassed of what you did, and then when you get caught, you're gonna have to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's like that's what he said. Oh yeah, I misspoke.
Right.
The thing that I said was the thing that what I said was
When I meant
true
hand drawn,
is actually
I meant it was hand drawn by AI computers.
when I said hand drawn, I meant done by AI. You know what I mean? It's like what the fuck are you talking about? You mean you lied and then you got caught? That's what you mean when you
That's why
said
it's
you
called
misspoke.
Eli Roth. He lied.
Yeah. That's
You
fucking
lied.
hilarious. Misspoke. You lied. You fucking liar. You
But
fucking
it's sort of like, why are you're like if you're using it and you're looking at it, you're making a movie, you're using it, you're looking at it in your film, and you're like, yeah, this looks great. No one's gonna know my secret that this was made by AI.
yeah.
Like you come off like an idiot and a liar.
Right. Exactly.
Like you might as well just say like, yeah, I used a little AI to do like little things here and there because it was helpful, and we had a limited budget, whatever. Like, or you could say like, I have very I have really poor taste, and I'm super wealthy now, and I kind of don't really fucking give a shit. Like I'm just kind of like, oh, you need a tree with some crows in it? No, fucking AI can do it. I don't give a shit. Who gives a fuck?
The boys down at Dark Slope will take care of it for
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Have the dark slopes to it.
Fuck. I was gonna say something about oh yeah about your film about Fuck My Son. I was also asked when I was talking with a friend of the show, Meat Canyon, is that movie ever coming out? When do we get to fucking see that thing?
Todd is currently working on a Blu-ray release right now.
Oh,
So maybe later this fall. He showed me the cover. I think we're still gonna put like a little small version of the comic in the package as well.
That's nice.
So it's gonna
charge
have
extra for that.
all sorts of little bells and whistles.
Yeah.
So it's coming.
Cool. So like, who are you doing that through? Vinegar?
No, it's from one of the one of the producers is trying to start his own like Blu-ray
Oh fuck! Good luck
boutique
with that.
thing. So I guess he's kind of rich. I don't fucking know anything about it.
Mm.
But yeah, it's coming. And the other thing, like with Todd, Todd used a little AI in the movie.
Oh, there's a lot of AI. Are you kidding me?
It's not a lot.
I
It's not a
don't
lot.
agree. I didn't see the new cut, but I mean, when you have like full characters, and that contribute to the story significantly, and also, I don't want to.
Yeah, there's
spoil
not
it,
full characters that contribute to the story.
Yeah, there are those little meat guys. Those are all AI.
Those are AI, but those aren't. Just to say they contribute to the story is that's saying a lot.
People are gonna be anyone who watches this movie and enjoys it are going to remember those little meat characters and like they're featured prominently.
Not prominently. They're it's probably like whatever AI is in there, it's probably like 8% of the movie. People are online saying it's like the whole movie is AI. It's not.
Oh right.
It's not.
Yeah.
100% AI.
Well,
there is AI. He does use AI. Now, would I have preferred that he used something else? Do I like the AI? I mean, I'm not excited about it.
Yeah. But
I mean, I feel like, those particular characters that you're referring to, like if they were like CGI models or whatever, I mean, my problem with those things is that like that particular aspect of the film, like that's not in my book.
Right.
So that was something that Todd brought in, and I wish that stuff was probably better written. Like I wish those characters, because I don't have a problem with them being these sort of like AI figures because they're interacting with the kid and again, if you were using like CGI or something, like I would be like, what the fuck is the difference? My issue is more about like, what are they adding to the story? What are they saying that is propelling the story forward or helping us to get to know this character, the little girl, better? And it just, in the movie, it just kind of comes off as like a little bit of fluff. It's not like what they're saying isn't like, it kind of doesn't make sense. It kind of seems it feels very poorly executed script wise. And then even one of my biggest issues with the film is when the old lady is pouring the hot tea. In the comics, she goes over, like the woman's like, yeah, I'm not going to fuck your son. Oh, really? Okay. And then she goes over to her kid who's in like a little dog cage. She pours like the hot kettle of tea on the little girl.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like supposed to be this moment of like horror. Like, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. This woman's fucking serious. She's a serial killer or something. And he undercuts that with the cartoons.
I know.
And the little cartoons are like, don't worry, we'll help you. And she's like, oh yeah, like the hot water doesn't hurt anymore because you guys are helping me. And even that is like, it's executed. It's not executed well. It's not written well. And it also undercuts the moment.
Yeah.
Like suddenly, like we're taken out of the moment of horror, and we're getting a little comedy skit. And when he would do things like that, I like it just would make my heart sink a little.
Yeah. Fuck, man. That's
So whenever he would use AI, I guess I didn't have a problem with what the little bit of AI he was using incorporating in the film. That wasn't really bothering me. It was more about like, how was this? If it was better written and it was incorporated better and was sort of helping the story in a way that was better, then I wouldn't have had the problem with it.
Yeah. Straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah, I mean that's something too, that when I first saw because the Fuck My Son comic, I read that when I was on your Patreon, and it's such a great little self-contained thriller, and I totally I've probably said this to you before. I totally understand why Todd looked at that and was like, oh man, this is like the perfect $500,000 movie, the perfect
Right.
little and you got Stevie Janowski, Steve Little in it.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, like for everything that's like, I'm not for all the little disappointments, there's amazing triumphs that happen in the film as well, that are like you said, Stevie is fucking terrific. Like the acting is I like all, especially the old lady.
Yeah, she's good. He's good.
And considering like I didn't want a guy to do it. I think Todd recently said he was trying to get it shown at a theater in France, and like some of the women that work at the theater were like, "Yeah, we're not showing this. This is like insulting to trans people or something." Because it's like a guy dressed as a woman being violent
yeah.
And so I was kind of like, I wanted a woman to play that, but like when I saw that guy doing it, I was just like, man, this guy is terrific. Like he's got it down.
Yeah, he's good.
And some of those scenes that he does, like we sit in the rocking chair and just really spot on, like right out of my head onto the screen.
Yeah, I actually when I first read the comic, and I mean every time it's almost impossible for me not to sort of imagine something that I'm reading as like a film. I just always make it into a film in my mind. I mean, I looked at the drawing and I imagined it as Mama from Mama's Family, and you later told me that's kind of what you were thinking.
That's how I always just draw old ladies.
Yeah. Just Mama from
it's like
Mama's
my
Family.
default old lady drawing.
But then sort of when I saw like sort of the violence and stuff that was happening, and like sort of the sort of what she needed to do, like she needed to like overpower this woman and everything, I was like, oh, because I did that with the Sadness too. Like I had an old man play an old lady in the beginning. Yeah. And because my whole thing is like, when you get to a certain age, like when you get to like into your 60s and 70s, like the gender kind of doesn't matter as much anymore. Like you start to just sort of become just old.
Right.
Like you lose, like your dick doesn't get hard, and then women, they can't fucking make
women
babies
start growing
anymore.
a beard.
Yeah. And
start going bald.
So it's kind of like it's okay to like it's okay to cast old people as like interchangeable depending on what you're going for, because it's like, or not that it's okay. It's just it's for whatever reason it works for me. And I thought, yeah, you probably would have to cast the old lady in Fuck My Son as a man, just to sort of get across sort of the power, the power that they would have to maintain, like being able to overpower, being able to like abduct, lift people, lift up a woman, like put them into the van, like all the sort of physical stuff you would need to have it.
Well, like one of my favorite shots in the film is, and this is, again from the comic, when Tipper's like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking him. Not fucking him without a condom. Definitely not. No way. It's gross.
No, he needs to do it raw dog.
And
We
the
used
old
to
lady,
have the pleasure.
just like quietly like gets up out of her chair, walks over to her kid who's in the dog crate, like picks it up and throws it across the room. And initially Todd had this, like he had all this stuff where he was going to like rig the crate to like, so like, pull the crate up with a rig and so that Robert can throw it. And instead, like right in the moment, they were like, "Here, just put the wig and the dress on this
dummy
young guy over here and have him because he could pick up because the young guy was able to pick up the crate and throw it, but you see the old lady from behind, so it just looks like Robert throwing the crate.
Right,
it was really well done.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Lo-fi solution,
right? Well, I mean, both are fairly lo-fi, I'd say.
Well, I didn't have to use any rigging. Didn't have to like pull up the crate with a rope, and that's what they were gonna do. So
didn't have to. Yeah, that's funny. It's like we used a lo-fi solution where we put a wig on another guy, but not a high-tech solution where we needed a rope.
Well, pulleys and ropes.
Yeah. Well, of course, a pulley. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. Anyways, yeah. So, hey, everyone, stay tuned. For Fuck My Son coming out somewhere on Blu-ray at some point.
Right. Hope so.
Yeah. I mean, it'll definitely happen. It sounds from the sounds of what you're telling me. But anyways, yeah. You know what? Normally, I would say, let's.
Big River Man. I give it 4.5 eggplants.
Yeah. For me, I give it a perfect 5.
I'm not going to argue. It's great.
No, we'll talk about that one next time. Maybe we can even, if you have time, maybe we'll even just do it like this week, and then we'll release it like on our schedule. Because I do want to talk about that movie. We don't usually talk about documentaries because I feel like over the last.
Have we ever talked about a documentary?
No, we never have. Like, I mean, not featured, like not like the featured film, but because both of us are like story guys, so it's like narrate, like sort of scripted story. I feel like is a big part of what our specialty is, I guess, or whatever.
No,
like I'm not a documentarian.
A good documentary though.
Me too, but like the point is that you're not like an authority on that. Like that's not what you do. Like you're a storyteller,
right?
But then you do realize that you definitely do have to tell a story. You have to leave some things.
Well, that's what I think.
Some stuff out.
Sometimes people forget. Like this goes true in movies and comics. A lot of people just sort of think like, oh, everything's true, so I can just like dump everything on the page onto the screen, and if it's true, people are going to think it's interesting. And that's not the case at all. Even if you're making something that's nonfiction, you have to approach it in the same way. You have to approach it like you're telling a story. It has to have a beginning, has to have a middle, has to have an end.
People have to learn stuff, or they have to learn a lesson, or it has
to have some kind of arc to it.
Yeah.
It just can't be just, you're just dumping a bunch of truths out there. You're like, okay, you brushed your teeth in the morning. That's great. Like, so what? Oh, you had your period? Oh, that's terrific. Like,
oh, you had your first period? Oh, congratulations.
Oh, you're having transsexual surgery? Oh, whoa, wow.
Big fucking deal. What? There's this guy that I ran into here in Taiwan, and I think his name might be Travis. I don't remember his last name, but he made a movie called An Uncomfortable Truth, and then it's a colon, and then it says like the
Uncomfortable Truth colon.
Yeah, Uncomfortable Truth, and then it's colon, and then it says like the dangers of trans ideology in whatever, like just some fucking long subtitle afterwards, and it's about how like the mainstream left is trying to push kids into being trans or something,
right?
And I was like, You're calling it an uncomfortable truth? Like that sounds like an inconvenient truth that fucking Bob Dole, or not Bob Dole, but what's his
Al
name again?
Gore.
Al Gore, that Al Gore movie. Like, you got to change the title. And he's like, well, it has the subtitle. I'm like,
It's called Uncomfortable Colon.
yeah, I'm not saying change the subtitle. I'm saying change the title because no one cares about the subtitle. They care about the title. And he's like, well, then what would you change it to? And I was like, change it to don't cut your dick off. Just change it. Just make it that. Just make it don't cut your dick off. People will fucking want to watch that if the movie's called Don't Cut Your Dick Off.
It should be called Hey Kids, Don't Cut Your Dick Off.
Yeah. And he's like laughing like he thinks I'm joking. Like he's like, well, no, okay, yeah, I'll change it to that. I'm like, I'm serious, man. No one's gonna watch an uncomfortable truth. No one's gonna fucking want to watch that. They don't know they don't know what it's about. They think it's about fucking Al Gore. You know?
I think it's like inconvenient truth too.
Yeah, exactly. What do you like?
More
I mean,
inconvenience.
You need like you're gonna spend like 18 months of your life fucking around, you know, trying to fucking demonize trans people. And then in the end, no one's going to fucking watch it. No, you're not going to get your point across.
Well,
How about that?
I'll watch it once it comes. Now that I know what it is.
Yeah, we'll review that. That'll be the next documentary that we review. Is the anti-trans? Oh, you know what's a really good trans? What do you call it? Like just like an examination of like transsexual back in the 70s they called them transsexuals, not transgender. Is this film called? I probably mentioned this to you before. It's called "Let Me Die a Woman."
Die a Woman by Doris.
Have you ever seen that? You ever seen that?
I don't think I've seen it.
It's fucking good, dude. Like that's actually one of the things that I watched that really made me empathetic towards trans people. I was like, because it's just like these are people that got this problem, and normally when you have a problem with your mind, you fix the problem within the mind, but we've tried doing that and it kind of doesn't work in the same way that gay conversion therapy doesn't work. So the only way that we're able to kind of fix it is by changing their body. And that's the only thing that kind of makes them kind of okay. And that's just the situation like with this issue. The only other way to deal with it is to fucking kill them.
But I feel like up until that point, now we're getting real serious here.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, people don't fucking give a shit. You want to go cut your dick off, or you want to, grow a dick, or grow tits, go for it.
Yeah.
It's when I now have to alter my world so that you can be comfortable in it. You have to use the women's room. You're a man. You want to use the women's room, or you're a man with tits, and so you want to play on the women's basketball team or go to women's prison. That's when things suddenly get out of control, and it's sort of like you want to go and live your life any way you want it. Just shut the fuck up and do it, but don't bother people. That's the lesson. Stop bothering everyone.
Well, no, like that. Okay. So that's what Johnny thinks. Here's what I think. For me, I'm fully empathetic towards real trans people. But my problem is when, when you make it so that gender does like the physical reality of gender doesn't matter, then all of a sudden any fucking weird pervert who isn't actually trans, just some Buffalo Bill guy who thinks he's trans, well, guess what? He's allowed to go into the fucking ladies' room and fucking abduct your daughter and then cut big diamonds off of her back. Like the problem for me is when you start changing policy, it breaks down sort of the framework of society, and then anyone who's mentally ill can all of a sudden have legal access to these places that are historically women's places.
You never heard from Wendy Carlos. She was never like, "Hey, I want to play for the WNBA now."
Yeah,
she was just quietly, living her life, doing her music. Good for her.
That's the way like most actual real trans people are. They just want to.
But
like,
good.
I was going to say I knew a trans woman. I mean, 100%, like just like trying their. I mean, it's easy when you're Asian. You can kind of pass for a woman a lot easier than otherwise, you know. And I mean, she was good looking, like pretty trans woman, very feminine, like energy, you know, like you're walking down the street with this
If you
girl
really
and
blurred your squinted your eyes, you'd think like you were with a real woman.
I'll show you a picture later. You know, had the surgery, both of them, the one on the top and the one on the bottom. And so, like, anyways, the point is that this person just wanted to like live in a little tiny apartment with girly stuff, walk downstairs, walk a block, go work as a secretary, and go, you know, and then have lunch and then go back up and just kind of and have just sort of that kind of life. And she left because she grew up like in a small town in the south of this island of Taiwan, and people had no fucking, you know, basically just sort of this very effeminate gay boy who acted like a girl all the time, and like she would just like had no friends. She was just like constantly bullied every day by her family and by her peers at school, and she basically just saved up money until she could finally have enough to just completely excommunicate herself from everybody that she knew, just so that she could be like a woman in the north in Taipei, and just kind of live this very, very quiet life, you know. And like the whole thing is just so sad. Like the whole thing to me was just like man, your life just is awful, and now finally you have this little thing that's sort of bringing you a little bit of happiness. And I'm just kind of like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but then again, I have to also say this thing that some people will probably take umbrage with, which is she's a real trans person. She's not like some weird fucking non-binary person who's like making their whole fucking identity an indecision, you know? Like she's actually being like, yeah, I'm going to cut off my fucking dick, get a fake vagina, get fake tits, try to be as much of try to outwardly look as much as a woman as I possibly can, because that's actually kind of what I believe, better or for worse, is that I actually am just like a woman, but I got put in the wrong fucking body, you know, or whatever. Like, so I'm like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that kind of person right there. But
well, I feel like in the 70s and 80s, probably even into the 90s, like getting that surgery was seemed like it was far more difficult, and you know, it was still like in the very probably early stages. So if you wanted to get this thing, you really had to be like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So you were super committed. It wasn't just kind of like, oh, I don't know. Well, you know, everybody's doing it, so I guess I'll do it too.
That film documentary, Let Me Die a Woman, that's who the documentary is about. Like those kinds of people. Like
right.
100% just, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. It's fucking people who have like some kind of mental derangement that makes them think that they're the opposite sex, and you can't it's the same. I mean, it's as much of a mental derangement as being gay is a mental derangement, you know, if you want to get down to brass tacks.
And again, like if that's what you want to do, who fucking cares? I mean, but if you want me to like change the Constitution to include your lifestyle, forget it. You better just look like a fucking woman. If you don't look like a woman, if you can't pull it off, like you got to lose some weight. You got to fucking. Hey man, who are you to judge?
That's the thing. Is like
shaming now.
Yes.
I hope we get a lot of fucking unfollows from this fucking shit.
You know what it's like? You know what it's a lot like, Johnny? And we're gonna end the episode pretty soon. We'll talk about Big River Man next time, I guess. Yes. But yeah, we will. But
Big River Woman.
Nice. Very good. I like how you subverted that. It's a lot like getting your driver's license revoked and then changing, like you have two cars. So you have your other car and they take your plate off your car. So you change the plate with another car. And now you have to drive very, very carefully, you know, like, cause if you get caught by the cops, you're fucked. So that's what being trans is like, is just constantly driving around with a revoked license and a different plate. and like, you can drive around, you just absolutely cannot get in trouble. So it's like, fuck, I got to use the women's bathroom. You better be able to get into that women's bathroom and use it without anyone suspecting you're a man. Because if they fucking find out, you're going to jail, buddy. You're going to fucking jail.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for your attention to this episode. Sorry that it wasn't really about anything. It was just me and Johnny kind of having a conversation about movies that we sort of saw and half remembered. But whatever. Who gives a shit, I mean, we took up fucking an hour and a half of your time. And that's all we're fucking here for. That's all we promise. What are we, fucking film crickets? Film critics?
Crickets.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.